While Florence is just a walking distance, the two stadiums are just separated with a fence, so not a very long walking distance, but a very short one. Currently, we are the RFUA grounds, the home of Kenya Harlequins, where Blad RFC will be hosted by Harlequins in another Enterprise quarter-final match. Remember, again, as I updated you earlier, that Blad received a bye from Kisumu RFC in the pre-quarter, and they played against. Now they will be playing against Kenya Harlequins, a team that were eliminated the defending champions homeboys RFC. An exciting one. The area might look deserted by now, but trust me, in the next 1 hour hapa itakuwa tu ni kivumbi. The teams are just streaming in. I can see Blad on the other side. They're just warming up, and of course in Harlequins changing room, I just had a quick conversation with the coach Charles Kadiovilis, who is preparing his charges to try and see whether they can be able they can record a double, because they're still in the playoff of the Kenya Cup. On my side, Florence, I have one of a standout performer in terms of the Blad RFC and in terms of the Kenya Cup season. He has been so standout. He scored all the tries when they were playing against Strathmore Leos in a relegation battle. And I mean, they have been talked about whether this man will be leaving Blad after this season. They've been talk about him being part of the Kenya 15s team this season. But again, he has received call-ups for different national teams. But the biggest challenge, Florence, is that we'll not be having the Rugby Africa because of the sponsor of the competition pulled out. So it will be interesting to see what Arcadius Kwesa has to say about this, because this is his dream year. So meaning that probably if the team could have participated in the Rugby Africa, could have provided more opportunities for him. Allow me, Florence, to have a quick conversation with Arcadius and just have a feel of how the Kenya Cup season was, and in fact how he thinks the team is going to fare in the Enterprise, and of course a conversation about the Rugby Africa Gold Cup that we are not going to have it. Arcadius, kwanza asante sana kwa fursa. Najua the season imekuaje kwanza, unaweza semaje kuhusu the Kenya Cup season? Najua mchezi tena, but mmeweza you are not going to be relegated. Do you be part of the Kenya Cup season next year?
Mimi nitakuwa Kenya Cup next year. Bado niko KU. I'm still happy at Blad. Yeah. Sina dreams za kwenda club nyingine sahi. Hadi nikimaliza my education, maybe after hapo ndio naweza amua niende place nyingine. Lakini for now niko happy.
Lakini tukubali, watu wamekurushia mabarua.
Yeah, kuna watu kadhaa wanataka niwa join. Lakini for now itakuwa challenge juu kutoka shule hadi place wana train ni mbali. So ni better ni kwe karibu na shule na classes.
Tuzungumze kuhusu you being part of the national team. Najua umetrain sana na wao, the 15s umetrain na wao sana. You've been so impressive when you talk not just the 15s, your speed qualifies to be even in the 7th game. But again this year atakuwa na Rugby Gold Cup kwa sababu ya reasons za sponsorship. Sponsor ame pull out. Una feel this has been one of the best season for you, meaning breaking to the main team, the first 15 ingekuwa rahisi sana kwako this season. But the Rugby Africa Gold Cup haita happen wakati wewe uko at your peak. Una feel aje kuhusu hii?
Somehow imekuwa ni disappointing kiplani. Juu hii ingekuwa platform yangu. Maybe ningecheza hapo fiti. Ninge maintain hiyo ya national team ya Simba. Ama club zingine za nje maybe zingeniona. Alafu nipate call up niende place nyingine. Isa somehow ni disappointing.
Ni disappointing somehow. Lakini mazee, hii ni talent. Next season might be even your best, or you might be even better and better. Quickly, the national sevens team Arcadius imekuwa ikipatia platform my youngsters sana akina the likes of Wahinya. For the first time tumeona wakipewa nafasi sana. Same to the 15 side, na juzi the under 20 team ili perform vizuri sana. Lakini wewe una feel aje kuhusu the up and coming talents kama nyinyi? Mnapewa nafasi za kutosha kwa national teams despite na performance yenu, mnapewa nafasi za kutosha?
For now naweza sema Kenya Sevens wamepewa mingi. Hao young track wako wengi. Lakini hizo previous years hazijakuwa hivyo. Sasa tulikuwa na depend kwa heavy hitters. So unaona wanaitwa hivyo. So for now wanapewa hizo opportunities. Lakini kitambo haikuwa. Na hope itaendelea hivyo.
Enterprise Cup, Blad, hii ndio mwaka tutachukua the 15th title itaenda KU ama vipi?
I believe tumetrain na tumekuja kucompete, sio kuparticipate. Na believe tutashinda.
Asante sana Kedi, senda upange timu yako. Well, Florence, you see him not change. Today he's serving as the team manager for Blad RFC. They decided to give him a rest and maybe at least he can watch it from the bench and just to see other talents that we have from the side. Again, the Enterprise Cup for me, Florence, I've told you that it provides a platform for some of these players to get a platform again, those who have not played in the Kenya Cup, to just have a feel of the 15 version. Allow me to talk to William Moto, who again has been so impressive with the team, having to lead them. Nowadays we are saying that you escaped the chop.
It was quite a tricky one, though not. It wasn't our main goal. Our main goal was to make it to the playoffs, but for bad luck, we had to survive relegation. But at least we believe we have a second chance next year.
Quick one, Moto. I know you had a very good 15 season. A lot of some of your players are receiving call-ups from different teams. Teams want to sign most of your players. I've seen the list somewhere, and I understand more than 5 players from your team. If they have finished their education and if they are willing to go to other clubs, they can still make it. But the big conversation has been how varsity rugby will be protected from some of these big clubs. Because you told me last time that you are suffering because you build players, but they don't play for you for a very long time because they receive those deals from other teams. Let's talk about how varsity. Do you feel the union, the rugby fraternity is doing enough to protect varsity rugby?
My answer will be yes and no. The first thing before we talk about the union doing enough before we talk about the union doing enough, I believe we should start off with the institutions, because we always believe universities, just like any other colleges, it acts like a breeding ground or possibly an academy, whereby after 4 years we expect a different cycle of players to join and a different. So the thing is, the universities and the institution should be the first one to make to put the house in order in such a way that we can be able to retain the players even after they're done with the education. And one of them is maybe giving them better offers. For example, if you tell me that you'll sponsor me for my masters, then I'll spend another 2-3 years or 4 years with you again from the time. Then again, maybe they can come up with a different program whereby they can be able to give maybe a better remuneration to the players, because most of these guys are just having maybe peanuts or something. Yeah, maybe just a refund of the transport, of which not all the institutions do that. Some of the institutions don't even offer that transport. You get, so before we go to the union, it has to start in the house. We have to make ours.
Institutions have to get the house in order. Quick one before I let you go. Let's talk about the Enterprise Cup, the oldest rugby competition in East Africa. Blad is not actually one, but among the oldest university sides that are still participating in the Premier, or rather in the top tier 15th rugby again. Let's talk about the Enterprise. You receive a bye from Kisumu RFC. You have a lot of energy coming to this match. You were able to record a win against Quins at your own yard. Now you're playing in their yard. What can people expect from this match?
First thing I must say, we are glad that we reached this far. And coming into this game, we have nothing to lose, but so much to gain. Yeah. That's one thing that I can say. Now, dealing with the institution, most of them are done with examinations, and actually we have a problem with the numbers that it stands right now, because most of the people have already gone to different homes, rather. So coming into this game, first we are coming to compete. It will not be an easy game, especially as you know. The hosts, when they came to our place, we defeated them. So you can't. It's rarely will you see a double within a season. Yeah. So coming into this, I know it will be a tricky one. Yeah. My boys will make a good account of themselves, but because of numbers and training, we've only trained a few times, so I know that one will also be a factor. Then our main goal was Kenya Cup. Yeah. So of which, in as much as we didn't achieve what we were up to, at least we are the only university side which is in the Kenya Cup. So that one is done. Yeah. If you can also see, I've rested most of the guys, or we as the technical bench have rested most of the guys that will be able to give us the service that we need in next week's Nakuru 10s. If you see the likes of Arcadius, the likes of our captain, Ian Obukwa is not here with us. So a few of them, most of them have relax. So we just want to give exposure to the guys who maybe didn't get most of the chance during the Kenya Cup regular season. Yeah, so we expect it can go either way, but I believe the boys will.
A very tough match. Yeah. Quick one before you go. I know my producer would want to hear what you have to say about the Kenya Sevens team. I think we lost against England. We lost against USA, a very tight one. Then the last match. So
Against Wales.
Against Wales. What's your take on the Kenya Sevens team? Are we going to be relegated this season?
It's a tricky one because at its stands we are still within a hard rock and what a wall. Yes, but I believe it's a matter of time. You see, one thing that people don't want to hear is everything is a process. Yeah, even that winning is a process. It starts off with the foundation. And to me, if you can ask me, in terms of the strength, fitness and conditioning, that's my main area. I think we didn't do much during the pre-season because all these things, if you look at the teams that are doing so well, the national teams, and even if you look at the local setup, the clubs that are doing so well, is what you do between the off-season and the pre-season. So that is what determines what in-season is. So for me, I believe it's just a matter of time. Let us have the confidence and belief for this young squad. We are grateful that some of the guys came in and maybe are able to help us, but it's a process. Last one, the first game we lost 36-7, very big margin, then difference of 3, 17-14, and finally we won against Wales. So it's just a process. So maybe tomorrow we should go there and fight, get those vital points, because they are the ones which will be able to help us which will be able to catapult us to the next stage. Then we still have 2 more tournaments apart from this, so we believe that we can still make it.
Asante sana Moto, all the best with your team, and hopefully we can see Black Blood even in the finals of the Enterprise Cup. Asante sana Moto, nimeshukuru sana. Well, Florence, you heard it from one of the stakeholders in terms of the Kenya rugby scene. He has been part of it. He has been a strength and conditioning coach, an assistant coach, and has also been a ref in a lot of matches. Actually, funny enough, Moto used to ref some of what I used to play back in the day. He used to be my ref, and I used to give me a lot of red cards. But interesting insight, Florence, in terms of the Kenya Sevens team. You had him. We did not prepare well in terms of the strength and condition, and for rugby, even the shorter version of the rugby, that is the Sevens, is more of how you prepare in terms of how you do your strength and conditioning. How best you do it determines how best you are going to record good results. I mean, it's an intense conversation. We'll be following up, in fact, in terms of even the Enterprise Cup, to just get a quick update of what is happening in different venues. I understand Cabra Sugar are currently playing Nondis. Cabras actually being the oldest rugby competition, Cabras is the youngest side that is participating in this tournament, with the likes of Nondis being the oldest, and of course Impala and Kenya Harlequins and Black Blood relatively being teams that have been part of the Kenya rugby scenes. Well, that is what we had to prepare for you from the RFUA and the Impala grounds, Florence. For now, it's back to you in studio.